use? Is this frequency in use, please? This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot listening one more time. Okay, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot asking, was this frequency in use? Is the frequency in use, please? Standing by. Ah, superb. And what's your call sign, please? This is M0JCF, Mark in Sidcup in Kent, in the southeast of England.
Right, sorry, there we go. Yeah, my call sign is gold. Uniform. And the name is Bolton. Very first call for out 40 years. So there we go. It's working. Back to you from Golf 0 Uniform Mike Papa.
Yeah, Golf 0 Uniform Mike Papa. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. Oh, thanks for coming back to me, and thanks for letting me know that the frequency wasn't in use. It's always a nightmare on 40 metres, finding a spare frequency, and then like you put out 3 or 4 calls, you don't hear anything over 2 minutes, and then when you start CQing, suddenly somebody comes up and tells you the frequency is in use, and you think to yourself, oh, really? Okay. But yeah, very nice for you to come back. So I didn't catch your name that time. Your signal strength at S9 plus, but the noise is up and down today, and you just dropped down very, very slightly, as I think you was giving me the name in the QTH. But I've got the call sign, but I've got no internet access at this moment in time. Just to let you know as well, the radio I'm using is an old Trio Tango Sierra 520 Sierra, an old analog hybrid radio, and I'm using a long wire antenna. And just looking at the external power meter, it's telling me it's about 70 watts. So back to you, G0UMP, this is M0JCF.
G0UMP. The name is Malcolm, and in the city of Bristol, just north of Bristol, a small town called Pathway. I've got an old Treo 520. So, what is your name, Dan? I heard it. From G0UMP.
Yeah, G0UMP M0JCF returning. Well, Malcolm in Bristol, I've got you down, mate. As I say, on the peaks you're 5 and 9, and with the QSB you drop down to about say a 5 and 5, but perfectly readable throughout. But yeah, I love my old radios. If you check my QRZ page, you can see that I love the old radios. I love the QRP, the homebrew. You know, I love all the stuff that modern hams tend not to like anymore, or that's the perception that I get. I've got a feeling this radio might be getting a bit hot now. I'm actually out in my garden. I'm out in the back garden. I've got a south facing garden, and it's been a gloriously sunny afternoon here in the southeast. And as I say, what with it being a hybrid as well, I've noticed the power's fluctuating slightly, so I don't know if that will make much of a dent on the transmission, but I am fluctuating between about 45 and about 75 watts, so something's not happy. I think I've probably cooked it a bit in the sun today. So there you go. As I say, check out the QRZ page. You'll see all the old rubbish I like to put on the air, Malcolm. G0UMP, this is M0JCF, the name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, in Sidcup in Kent.
You know, when I was left the door, that's what I went in. So, that's the old, yeah, how do you not like tuning a long transmitter? It's a wonderful thing. You said 4 times tuning them up. He's talking to people, but I've been off the air for 20 odd years, just retired, and I thought I'd pull some of the old stuff out, whack up an aerial wires and guides. I'm just running what do they call these? Aerial for 20 meters, but I've ended up feeding it from the end, and it's working fine. We get up on 40, so we seem to be doing great just here. I should have given you your report, your 5.9, QSB comes up down to what you're saying. But absolutely wonderful. My first QSO. Well, yeah, 20 years, I think. Oh, back to you, Mark, from G0UMP.
G0UMPM0JCF. I can hear in your voice, Malcolm, the ecstasy and excitement of coming back on the airs after what was it? You say 20 years, and I see that you're a G0. Obviously, you got your you passed your Morse test. I don't know about the VHF side, the B license, but you must have got your A license. I would have said early 1980s. So yeah, you've been on the air for some time, and dropping off for 20 years isn't as bad as some of them I've heard. You know, some people got their license back in the 1950s, even the 60s, and then operated for a couple of years, and then they've only come back because they realised that, you know, they can use their Golf 8, their old B license call sign, they can use it on HF now. I mean, I'm very late in getting a license. I didn't get my license until 2017, but I did fail it in 1978. So had things had been different back then, if I hadn't been a stroppy teenager, I probably would have got my G8, and then probably would have got either a G4 or a G0 back then. And like you, I probably would have left it for some time as well. As I say, I've been in and out of the radio hobby, but you know, life got in the way. You know, partying and having fun, and then sort of getting married and having children. I mean, both my daughters are now adults in their 20s, and likewise, you know, like things come and go. I've drag race motorcycles, I've road race motorcycles, and I've even done speedway. You know, I mean, going way back, you know, I've been involved in all these different sports and stuff, but radio has always been there. And it wasn't until I found out, you know, around about 2015, 2016, that we gone to this triple tier system, and I thought to myself, do you know what, let's give it another go. And within 2 years I'd got my full license, so up there with the big boys. But yeah, your long wire, or the end fed, I think you said you was using, working well. I'm using a long wire myself. It's 90 feet long, but only about 25 feet off the ground. So on 40 meters, 80 meters, it makes a fantastic Envis antenna. You know, I can work the whole into G, continent, Scandinavia and Southern Ireland with no problems generally on 40 and 80. Back to you then, Malcolm. G0UMPM0JCF.
Okay, about that. Yeah, I think it's D60 of future price, but that was my original license. I mean, yeah, I feel a bit peeved now, because I still like to use that, but yeah, I sat the Morse in, I don't know when that was, 1990. When the G0s come out, maybe 94? I don't know, I think I had it before I had kids, so yeah, something like that anyway. But good on you for firing up the old Vol stuff. So I might drag mine out, and my old Kenwood TS-520. I've got some extra VFO for it. It has an add-on digital readout. Whether it still works or not, I don't know. I'll probably switch on low order electrolytics. But well, Mark, I could not ask for a better person to have my first QSO with after all these years. So, top fella, thank you very much indeed. Just hand it back to you. From G0UMP.
Yeah, G0UMPM0JCF. Yeah, drag that 520 out, mate. You got to keep this stuff out of the landfill, because let's face it, when it's broken and all of the older engineers, including myself, have gone, and there's no one left to repair this stuff, then that's where it'll end up, mate, in landfills and scrap heaps and everything else. So you got to keep it going and going and going until it really will not go anymore. But oh yeah, it's been really nice to be your first contact, as you say, in over 20 years. But I think I'm going to call it a day now, Malcolm. I think I'm going to go QRT, and my wife's just come home, and it's our wedding anniversary tomorrow. 27 years married, and 30 plus years together, blissfully in love and all the rest of it. So I think what I'm going to do now is pack everything away. As I say, I'm sitting out in the back garden on the patio, so I'll stick this all back in the garage with all the other old heavyweights, and then I'll come back to it another day. But check out my QRZ page and other places, and you'll see all the old equipment that comes through my greasy mitts. Some of it I keep, some of it I don't, you know, but I do love the old hybrids and the valve gear. It's a wonderful thing to play about with. I do have modern radios. I've got an IC 7300 and TS-520S and FT817. You know, I've got the more modern kit, but I do love my 30 plus year old radios. Say some of them I've got going back to the 1960s, but they all need plenty of work, and so that will be projects for my retirement, which is coming up soon. Malcolm, an absolute pleasure, mate. I'm going to wish you all the very best on your rediscovered journey in the radio hobby, and look forward to working you again, if not on a different band, certainly on this band on a different radio. Take care, and best wishes to the whole family around you. I'll say bye-bye for now. G0 UMP M0 JCF.
M0 JCF, 0 UMP, quick 73, thank you. Well, that tested the antenna, tested the rig, which is an IP 10.8 at the moment, tested the aero tuning unit, all messages I'll get from those people. And but brilliant, yeah, have a look at your page, have a look at your old photos. Thank you so much. 73, love you and your family. G0 UMP now.
Yeah, cheers, Malcolm, and you take care. Before I go QRT, if anyone would like a report, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot sitting in sunshine in the garden. Nothing is heard, and nothing is heard. This frequency is now clear for use. This frequency is clear for use.